Hello, this is Tasty Eats by Tess. Today I thought I'd make a nice hearty leek vegetable and rice soup. So with the leeks, they can be very sandy inside. I'm just going to show you how, and there's lots of sand in the roots. So we just want to get rid of that very tough end of the leek where the root is. And what I like to do is I slice these right in half, like that. And inside you may find some sand in between. I usually take out the first layer or two. So I've taken out two in this case. We will be washing that. And the same with this one. So it'll be all in between here. In this case, there's not a lot of sand in here. But I'm still going to do, run it under the cold water for each of those leaves. Now, this part here is the more tougher part, but you also want to have some of those greens in there. So I take off a few of the outer leaves, and I do the same thing with this. We go straight down like that. This is where the majority of the sand is going to be. In each of those leaves, there's a lot of sand. So what I'll do for now is we'll just put this on pause, and I'm going to chop up some of the vegetables, and I'm going to be right back. Great, so everything is chopped up. What you saw on the table, that was from my garden. So I thought I'd get rid of some of the root vegetables that they have to come out anyway. So what I have here, I've chopped up what is equal to 2 large carrots. The ones I have are very short, but really extremely fat. So this ends up to be about 2 carrots, large ones. So it's 2 leeks, 1 regular yellow onion, 3 stalks of celery. There is garlic that will go in at the end. I just wanted to show you with the celery, you tend to get some stringy things that you don't really want to be chewing or gnawing on when you're eating your soup. So I just wanted to show you that and to share that with you. So I've already chopped up 2 stalks of celery. This is just the last one, just to give you an idea of how that works. So I'll go ahead and do that. Make sure we get all of that off, because they're very tough. And you continue chewing those strings, which doesn't add nice texture to each bite. So I'll go ahead with this. Everything can go into the pot at once. And I have it on warm here. But even at that, you don't really have to have it heated up. You could just go ahead and warm it as it goes. And then add the garlic once it is heated up though. So we'll go ahead with that. I think I'll bring this over here. Be just a second, because it doesn't have to be heated. Just place that there. It is heated, but it's not hot. So we just add everything all together, and we're going to stir fry that just for a while. You don't want these little ends in there. So all of that goes in. And once I have this heated up, I'll show you those next steps that we want to take in order to have a really nice soup. So I'll be back in just a few seconds. Hi, welcome back. So you'll notice that I have this on a relatively high temperature. You can hear it sizzling. I've added the garlic to that as well. You'd be frying that in 1 tablespoon of butter with 1 tablespoon of oil. So you're going to notice it'll caramelize on the bottom. That's just going to give you extra flavor to the soup rather than going with your broth immediately after it frying a bit. So to this, we're going to add some pepper. That will be about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, based on what you prefer. So I will only add, you don't want this to be overpowered by any spice, but this is Italian seasoning. It's only a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. 2 tablespoons of parsley. To give it a little bit of acidity and a nicer flavor, I like to go with about a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. And to that, we're adding 5 cups of chicken broth. You'll also notice once this cooks down a bit that it will go down by at least half. And at this point, you can now turn it down. Great. So this will go on low until your vegetables are nice and tender. You would at this point as well add your rice. It's only a half a cup of rice. It will be hearty when it's done, but certainly, and most importantly, it will be tasty. Perfect. So I'm back with the soup now. It's complete. So the vegetables had the time and the rice had the time to get nicely softened. What you can choose to do. I like mine hearty. You may not like yours hearty. So you can either add more broth or you can take less of the rice. So you can put about a 1/4 cup of rice instead for a looser soup. So this is how I like mine. You can just finish that with a little bit of parsley over the top, just to give it some added color. Great, so this is Tasty Eats by Tess, and I hope you enjoy. You have a great day.